And by function, I just mean, you know, be able to look like you're responding and enjoying yourself. I may be topping somebody, but I want to grab onto the hard cock. I mean, that's, I enjoy that. And if that's not an option, then that kind of kills my interest, kills my boner at least. I mean, at that point, I just kind of look at the person as, well, you're friend material because you're damaged. And that really bothers me because I feel like I have no idea how to fix any of this or if it's even fixable. Friends of mine have suggested, well, why don't you try, like, you know, have you tried Viagra or Cialis or, you know, any of those like little herbal supplement things? And yes, you do not think I haven't tried those. Yes, I have. They worked minimally at the beginning. They don't work at all now. And then they suggest, well, even before they even have to suggest, I immediately tell them, and I also used to take Trimex, which means I was shooting my dick up with, you know, some form of chemical to get it hard, and even that didn't work on a regular basis. Occasionally it would, and that was always a surprise because I never knew what to expect. So it's just really aggravating that I have this crazy high libido. Like, I can go and go for hours, but I can't physically show. I can physically show my excitement by my facial reaction or what I'm saying, but that's not the same as showing the most basest form of enjoyment, which is a hard penis. Because that's saying, you're hitting my prostate, it feels really good, and this is just going to happen. And no, I don't even get that. It's, like I said, it's embarrassing. I know I'm being over dramatic, and I know I won't actually do it. But I'm at that point where it's like, why even bother keeping this thing? It doesn't work. I don't see it working in the future. I should just like have it removed. Get rid of it. It's a vestigial limb. It's like an appendix. You don't need your appendix, but you have one. Yeah. It's just, you know, it's just really upsetting that, you know, I don't get to partake the way I really want to. And that sucks a lot. Because I always just feel like I'm pushed to the side. And like I said, I feel like I'm half a man. So I want to clarify just so you understand. I would never actually tell a person or relegate a person to friend status because they can't get hard. That would be so offensive. I mean, that would be so horribly offensive. If I was the person that was told that, I would not want to hang out with me. I mean, that's so, it's just rude. But at the same time, you know, I'm just not going to be enjoying myself as much as I would like to, which makes me wonder if I would be able to continue a relationship with somebody who can't do that, which is why I think friend category, because I don't need to worry about whether or not their dick works if we're friends. One of the things about this party that I went to is that it really reminded me of one of the reasons why I left Albuquerque. Um, Albuquerque was a place where you could flirt on the dance floor or from across a room or play coy with each other. But the minute you actually go up and try to introduce yourself or open up a line of communication, they're either busy or they're not interested, which is embarrassing because it's like, why do I keep on trying? Every time I try, something like this happens. So for the longest time living in Albuquerque, I felt like I wasn't good enough because nobody seemed to be willing to actually respond in a way that says, yes, I'm interested. So yeah, it's very frustrating. I have had friends who repeatedly told me it's really frustrating. On top of that, I feel like I'm half a man. I mean, my dick doesn't work. If I do use it, it's to masturbate, and I actually have to really force myself to keep it hard, even if I can. Usually nowadays, it stays hard as long as I'm actually moving. The minute I take my hand off it, it's done. It just lays all the way back down. I'm like, why am I even bothering trying at this point? My friends are like, well, why haven't you tried Cialis or like any of those like herbal medications or pills or something like that? Trust me, I have. You don't think I haven't tried? I've tried. They don't work. They did originally at the very beginning when this first started happening. But the thing is, it's not about my libido, and it's not about whether or not I am turned on. This is a physical issue. So instead of using those, I decided, since they didn't work, and they weren't for the purpose that I needed them for, I went ahead and was able to get a prescription for Trimex, which is a fucking injectable chemical that you put inside your dick. It should work. And the first 5 or 6 times I used it, it was great and it worked wonderfully. But then it stopped. Or let me rephrase that. It started becoming sporadic. Sometimes it worked and most of the time it didn't. And that really is kind of frustrating if you want to play with somebody and you're thinking, oh, maybe I'm going to be able to top tonight, so I get my dick ready by shooting up a chemical into it, and then by the time they show up, it's clear it's not going to do anything. So, they're anticipating something that I can't give them, which is also humiliating. And then there's the fact that, half of me doesn't work. And if I was a top and I was interested in playing with somebody and he can't get hard, I'd get bored pretty quickly because I want to play with a hard cock while I'm fucking somebody. It's just part of the fun. And if I don't have that, I may have sex with them once, but it's not going to be a repeat thing. And I don't want to sound really horrible, but I would end up placing them more into the friend category. Because if they're friends of mine, I don't care about sex with them. because clearly if sex was going to happen, it would happen, but it doesn't. So yeah, I can't imagine anybody else who is a top thinking, oh, he can't get hard? Great, that's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to have sex with a guy who can't get hard. You know, one of the best things about sex is the orgasm and I can't I can't even show my expression of how much I'm enjoying myself. My body cannot show it or will not show it. I mean, my eyes get big, you know, I speak, but the most base part of me that is responding strictly due to prostate interaction doesn't work. And how do you explain to a person, this feels really good, but it's not going to do anything for me? The plus side is I can go for hours. The bottom side, well, not the bottom side. The negative side is that guys have a thing about wanting to make sure that the person they're playing with gets off. And it's a letdown when you realize that you actually won't ever get that person off because you can't. I mean, it's not even a case for me where you fuck me, you come, we lay next to each other and I jack off and I come. That can't happen. It won't happen. My dick's not going to respond with somebody else sitting right there. I have to do it alone, which is also embarrassing. So yeah, it gets frustrating. So, I mean, if you can imagine, A, I feel like half a person already. B, people who are flirting with me when I'm working are showing no response to me whatsoever. C, I feel like a houseplant because I'm just kind of blending into the background. It makes me really wonder why I bother even keeping the fucking thing. I mean, why do I have it? I don't need it. It's vestigial at this point. It's like an appendix. What the fuck does an appendix do? I mean, the only thing my dick does now is piss. And it's like, might as well just get rid of it. I'm not going to actually get rid of it. But, you know, it does start feeling like that. And it's frustrating. There's a lot of frustration that pushes you out of the equation. Because people want people who are versatile so they can flip around, for the most part. Also, since my dick is basically broken, who wants to play with a person with a dead dick? I'm sorry, if I was topping and ended up playing with somebody who couldn't get hard, that would bore me to death, because that's not what I want. I want a person who can actually function. So I just realized I want to remind people that are on this Instagram feed that this is exactly why I created this Instagram feed. This is me. You know, I'm, warts and all. And I'm not doing this for pity, and I'm not doing this for any kind of like response from anybody. But if this makes you feel awkward or uncomfortable, then don't watch it. I haven't posted things like this in a long time. And sorry, a friend of mine just popped in and I had to say hi and like book an appointment and all that. But yeah, this is meant to be sort of cathartic for me. You know, I'm hoping the people that watch this aren't going to stand and point and laugh when they see me again. Because, I mean, I feel it's important to put yourself out there so that there is nothing that a person can use against you. But there are things that you can put out there that are sensitive and can be taken advantage and can really hurt you. This is one of those things, I think, for me. So yeah, just always remember, if you're watching my stuff, if you're uncomfortable, stop watching, because I didn't write this for you, I wrote it for me.